Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, and it reads this: For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God Yahweh has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people, and that are upon the face of the earth. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God Yahweh hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Radash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this word in all truth and sincerity. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways, using their bodies as a living sacrifice to edify the body and the sheep, to seal the 144,000 elect. Salutations to the hopeful elect, and salutations to the Akim and the Akwaf that be unto like the speckled bird from having their fathers mingle with the heathen. And a strong shalom to the Akwaf sitting and listening as the scriptures say to do so. This is your brother, Amath Ya'ez from Yahawada, coming at y'all with another beautiful spiritual lesson in the spirit, a lesson that is well needed to be spoken about with various precepts upon precepts. This lesson will be called Yasharahla, Prince of the Power, or Israel, by blood or flesh. By blood or flesh, not by so-called your mother. Your mother doesn't carry the seed, the man carries the seed, and we'll bring out the precept for that. I just want to give Akim and Akwaf a heads up right now that I have four chapters that I will not be reading, that I will just give you the book chapter verses to right now so I can get them out the way. The first one is going to be Genesis chapter 17, and you're going to read verse 1 to 21. That's 17, verse 1 to 21, and that's Genesis. The next one is also going to be Genesis chapter 29, and you're going to read 13 to 35. The next one will be Genesis chapter 30, and you're going to read verses 5 to 24. And the very last one that I will not be reading, but I'll be giving to you, that's a very important chapter that you should already know by heart, is Deuteronomy 28, 1 to 68. That's Deuteronomy 28, 1 to 68. Okay, so please write those book chapters and verses down so you can have those in your notes, and so you can have those precepts highlighted for this lesson, which is called Yasharahla, by blood or flesh. Whatever you want to call it, blood and flesh, still in the same category. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with the Genesis first. And these are the ones that I am going to read to you. Okay, this is Genesis chapter 21, and we're going to start at verse 1 and stop at verse 5. Verse 21, and it reads this: And the Lord Yahweh visited Sarah as he had said. The Lord Yahweh did unto Sarah as he had spoken. Verse 2, For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which Yahweh had spoken to him. Verse 3, And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac. Verse 4, And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as Yahweh had commanded him. 5, And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. So this is another indication of being Yasharahla by the flesh. Okay. And this is not going to be a short lesson. This will be somewhat of a maybe. But I'm not going to give it a time. I'm just going to say it's not going to be a short lesson. I want you guys to get the full meat of this lesson. So I will do everything in my power to break down everything properly as I can. Okay, this is going to be Genesis 20. Salaki, 1 second, Israel. Salakia, 1 second. Okay, this is going to be Genesis chapter 25, and we're going to start at verse 19 and end at verse 26. And it reads this at verse 19. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac. Verse 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban, the Syrian. 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord Yahweh for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord Yahweh. 23. And the power said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Now this is all beginning of the promise that Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shad made with Abraham to Isaac. And it basically said, if I'm not mistaken, later on down the line, that Jacob was going to receive the blessing. Well, actually, to be honest with you, it actually just said when I read it that he was going to receive the blessing. So, okay, we got that one. Okay, let's go down to... we're going to stay Salakia. Is this the right one? It might be. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. We're going to stay in the same chapter 25, and we're going to start at 29, and we're going to read down to 34, and it reads this, starting at 29. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. 30. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Verse 31. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. 32. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? 33. And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. 34. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. And that's why these Edomites are really ticked off. You mad at us, you need to be mad at your forefather Esau. But natural reality, Almighty power Yahweh had it planned that way from the beginning anyway. So y'all never was gonna get the birthright, even if y'all wanted it, y'all still weren't gonna get it. Okay. Salakia. Salakia. We're gonna go to bear with me 1 second. Yasharahla. Okay. All right, we're gonna go to Exodus chapter 1. Right, chapter 1, and we're gonna read verses 1 to 5. Verses 1 to 5. And it reads this, verse 1. Now these are the name of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob. Verse 2. Reuben, Simon, Levi, and Judah. 3. Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin. 4. Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher. Verse 5. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already. You notice that? Matter of fact, let me read 5 again so I can establish that. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already. And if you notice, this is the way he said that his kids is exactly from the firstborn, the second, the third, and the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th. Exact order. Okay. All right. So we got those ones out the way. We're gonna stay in chapter 1, and we're gonna go to verse 15, and we're going to read down to verse 19. And in verse 15, and it reads this: And the kings of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shipharah, and the name of the other Puah. 16. And he said, When ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, and see them up the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. 17. But the midwives feared Yahweh. And did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. Verse 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, Why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? 19. And the midwife said unto Pharaoh, Because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered ere the midwives came in unto them. So this is very, very beautiful and very, very important when it comes down to things. And this also clarifies who carries the seed and how you're an Israelite. So the reason why, well, obviously they said they feared God. That's the reason why they didn't kill him. But the reason why they kept the Israel men babies alive is because the man carries the seed, and the women know that if there's no Israel men alive to keep the seed going, that they'll fall out of existence. Point blank. Period. There's no way around that. Point blank. Period. Man, this is beautiful, man. Man, I'm telling y'all, man. This lesson is very, very important, man. You got to meditate on this, man. You have to know these scriptures, man. Because this is also evidence for the battlefield when you out there preaching and teaching, man. This is evidence right here for you to be preaching and teaching with, man. That shows you have to be an Israelite by blood, man. You're not no spiritual Israelite. You can't be no Gentile that was not born in Israel to be grafted in. And if that's the case, I'm a spiritual dog. And if that's the case, I'm a spiritual highlighter. And if that's the case, I'm a spiritual piece of paper. Like, come on, man, get out here with that folly, man. We gotta be politically correct, man. Slovakia. All right, I had to highlight these. I didn't have them highlighted. I don't know why. All right, we're going to go to Exodus chapter 11. And we're going to read verse 7, and it reads this. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that the Lord Yahweh do put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And that's something that our people don't even realize to this day, is that we are not Hamites, we are Shem. Yeah, Ham. Yeah, technically, if you really think about it and really, know the genealogy, Africans are basically our cousins in some type of way, shape, form, and fashion, just like Elam, Moab, the Ammonites, and you know what I'm saying, the other Shemite people. You know what I'm saying. Regardless, man, everybody's related in some type of way from the beginning of Earth being established. But we are the chosen people. We are the chosen seed line. We are the people that's given all the promises. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna bring that out too. Yeah, I'm gonna bring that out. I already got that noted down. Okay, we got that, and we're gonna go to. Let's jump to Numbers real quick. All right, this is Numbers chapter 1, and of course, verse 18, and it reads this. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the houses of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So as I stated prior to a couple precepts before, the lineage and the person that carries the seed is the man. The woman does not determine the race, the nationality, the whatever you want to call it, the genealogy, nationality, race, whatever. They do not determine that, man. The man determines it. Period. The man carries the seed, man. And this is a proven fact. This is a proven fact through science. And we don't even need to go through science because we believe in the Holy Scriptures. Point blank, period, man. Point blank, period. Now we only got a few more, Yasharahla. We only got a few more. Excuse me. Okay. All right. This is Psalms chapter 78, and we're going to read verse 5, and it reads this: For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children. To their children. Do you not? What I mean, come on, man. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. What do y'all not get, man? This is beautiful, man. Let me get the uppercut real quick. Since we in Psalms, let me get the uppercut. Let me get the plain uppercut that everybody hates. That's the Old Testament. Well, if you get a book, you ain't gonna go to the middle of the book and start reading. You're gonna start from the beginning. So get out of here with that crazy folly, man. Y'all still reading the Old Testament? You gotta read the whole book. Yahweh Shai said he coming in the volume of the book. What y'all talking about? Psalms 147, starting at verse 19, and then at 20. And verse 19 reads this: He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. 20. He have not dealt so with any nation. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh. I love it, man. I love it. I'm excited. I'm excited, boy. I tell you. Salakia. Let me get to it. Oh, right to it.